Welcome to Western Athletic Conference basketball here on ESPN+. Today, the Abilene Christian Wildcats take on the Arlington Baptist Patriots here at Moody Coliseum in Abilene, Texas. We welcome you courtside. Connor Mullins alongside Cohen Carpenter. It's a pleasure to be with you today. Cohen, an ACU team going up against an Arlington Baptist team for the first time since 2019. What do you expect to see from these two teams today?
Yeah, it's really not a secret. This is going to be an uphill battle for Arlington Baptist. Obviously, they're winless in their NCCAA conference, and ACU is looking to bounce back after a tough road trip in Vegas.
And now we take a look at our impact players. Gage Holes for Arlington Baptist. Emmanuel Allen for ACU. Holes averaging 6 points per game, 1 rebound, 50% from the floor. Had some really big games at Angelo State and A&M Commerce. Allen, that enforcer for ACU, 11 points per game, 3 rebounds, 51% from the field. And now I throw it to the third member of our team for more on Tobias Cameron and Damian Daniels. Joseph?
Well, guys, if you have played along enough as Damian Daniels and Tobias Cameron have for ACU, you will have reached historic milestones like 100 career wins. Aside from their long tenure with the purple and white, their 2 careers have been a testament to being pillars to the recent success ACU basketball has had. The attitude in the locker room I'm hearing is, yeah, we got 100, but we want to keep adding to that total like we have 0. Gentlemen, back to you.
And we are ready for the tip here in Abilene, Texas, here at Moody Coliseum. ACU wins the tip. Damian Daniels, Tobias Cameron, Hunter Jack Madden, Emmanuel Allen, and Joe Pleasant, the starters for ACU on the court tonight. Damian Daniels at the top of the key, out to Cameron. Cameron driving down low. Looks like it's going to be a blocking foul. ABU starting 5, Jason Murray, Caden Farrell, Gage Holst, Maurice Walker, and Cutter Kim. 2 different programs, as we mentioned in the open. What are you expecting to see from ABU today?
Yeah, for sure. And I think when you're looking at these starting lineups, too, one of the things that's going to make themselves apparent is there's going to be a big height difference. Maybe not in the starters, but more in the bench players, because you got guys on this ACU bench like Ewok Guy. You see guys on the court right now like Joe Pleasant, and you look at the ABU roster, they only have 2 guys at 6'6", so that may be an issue for them going throughout the game.
As we mentioned earlier, ACU out of the WAC in the NCAA Division I, Arlington Baptist out of the NCCAA Division II. That's Caden Farrell with the ball at the top of the key. Out to number 13. Holst with it, our impact player. Had a good game at A&M Commerce. An opponent ACU plays next weekend. At 16 points. And that's Farrell from 3, not going to be good. Shot clock buzzes. ACU gets the rebound before the dead ball is happening, and Cameron gives that off to Daniels.
That's what ABU is really good at, though. We're going to have to watch from downtown. That shot's been good for them all season.
Some strong defense from ACU looking to turn it into offensive points. Cameron misses that one, no good. As Farrell gets it back the other way for the Patriots.
Good energy so far by this ACU defense, keeping pressure on the passing lanes, not giving a lot of open looks.
That's Gage Holes. That's going to be no good from the Patriots. Wildcats coming back the other way.
Yeah,
1-0 ACU, 18:37 to play.
Damian Daniels, one of these energy players. You got Tobias Cameron in there, and he just breezes in and out energy.
Strong ball movement from ACU. Down low to Cameron. And Joe gets that one to fall in his second start of the year. 3-0 ACU, 18:15 to play here.
We mentioned the height differential, already some big plays being made in the paint. Joe Pleasant looking to do that all game, and here's Hunter Jack Brown.
That's Hunter Jack Madden in transition off to Joe Pleasant. That's going to be a foul on number 11, Maurice Walker, the sophomore out of Cedar Hill.
Already 2 fouls for ABU. So we take a look at the replay here.
And Coach Tanner, second season at ACU at the helm, 29-15, had a 25-11 year last year, went all the way to the WAC championship. Coach Tanner today looking for his 3rd win. What do you expect to see from his side today?
Yeah, and it's really been interesting to watch how this ball team has progressed last season to this season, because you see a lot of the same philosophy, but a few new faces. And it's been interesting to see how Brett Tanner has balanced that.
So we take a look at the other coach, Bubba Jennings, a storied player at Texas Tech, was drafted by the Mavericks his 2nd season at the helm of Arlington Baptist. Joe Pleasant from the line, able to get that one to fall. ACU up 5-0 after the start. Take another look at Bubba Jennings. What do you think he's telling his team right now as a football player on the basketball court? What are you expecting to see from him?
Yeah, you mentioned the football player aspect, and he's got to be physical, especially with this ACU defense. We mentioned a lot of those high-energy players, and already you can see on defense here, ACU is not giving them room to breathe. They're going to have to break out of that if they want to score some points here.
That's Cutter Camp with the ball at the top of the key. Back to Holtz. A Wayland Baptist transfer. Down low to number 24, Davion Stafford, who's had some big performances this season as well. It's a shot clock violation. Turnover on the Patriots. We're talking about that before the broadcast.
Yeah, a lot of these turnovers, and that's the second time that we've seen one of their possessions, the shot clock go off. This means that ACU is really, like we've been saying, not giving them a lot of room to breathe, not giving them easy shots, and forcing that bell to ring and getting the turnover.
In that Angelo State exhibition game against Arlington Baptist, Angelo State scored 43 off 34 Arlington Baptist turnovers. It's an ACU team that likes to force turnovers. As we take a look at our keys to the game.
Yeah, our keys to the game, Arlington Baptist, you're going to have to capitalize on the very few shots that you're going to get. We mentioned this before, but ACU defense, and we've seen it so far early on, they're not going to give you room to breathe. You have to capitalize on the chances you can't miss open shots, but also on the other side, defend the three. ACU, you've got to win the rebound game, and you've got to force turnovers. They've been doing a good job of that early on by closing the passing lanes.
And that shot's going to fall for the Patriots to get their first bucket of the day, and that's going to be Stafford. 5-2 now, ACU here in Moody Coliseum. 17:03 to play. Daniels out to Steele. Down low to Dibba. Out to Simmons from three. Unable to get that one to fall. Still looking for the rebound. Going to be Patriots ball going back the other way.
And what's very interesting is you take a look at the court right now, and we're only 4 minutes in, and you look at the ACU players on the court, and it's almost a completely different squad than the starters. This is what's been great about Brett Tanner is he's got so much depth on that bench that he's willing to rotate people in, and they really don't lose anything. You obviously see Jay-Sean Daxton on defense right here.
ACU losing some of those guards from last year's team that were key to their roster, had a lot of wins. Much different team this year, had several newcomers in the offseason. Jackson out to Simmons. Simmons to Daniels. Looks like it's going to be another turnover on ACU.
Yeah, no, it's really something to watch here, and it's as we take a look at the replay here, Jason Jackson passing it out to Arion Simmons. Damian Daniels has been great from three, just couldn't get that one to land, but obviously the foul right there. It's kind of like when you're watching baseball, and you know, you've got the long inning starters, and then you have other teams that go bullpen games. ACU definitely feels like a bullpen type team, how you can just keep warming guys up and not really lose anything on the court.
So whistle is blown. It's going to stay with the Patriots. Tanner does not look happy about that one, but Jennings will take it for his team to keep the ball and maybe cut into this ACU lead.
Yeah. Keeping it close here so far, 4 minutes in, only down 3. This is a relative success for this ABU squad. Again, still looking for their first win of the season.
ABU team that's 0-4 on the year. So another whistle is blown here.
And it is worth noting that they have played more games than those losses, but those were exhibition games and they weren't counted in the record.
Played 11 games so far this season.
It's going to be kicking right there.
Ball violation on the Wildcats, on Dibba. Patriots looking to capitalize on this offensive possession. They've had a couple shot clock violations. 5-2, 16:03, ACU with the lead. That's Farrell. And Dibba's going to get the turnover. Oh, but no, the Patriots get it right back. Gage Holst with the ball going back the other way for the Patriots. Transition a lot in this game so far. So that's 13, Cutter Camp. It's going to be another shot clock violation. Some strong ACU defense to start this game.
Very strong ACU defense. That's the third shot clock violation we've seen.
As we go to break, ACU with the lead, 5-2. ACU with the early lead, 5-2, 15:42 to play here at Moody Coliseum in Abilene, Texas. ACU looking for their third win in a row following that trip to the Vegas 4 tournament. They got the early 5-2 lead. Cohen, what have you seen from these two teams early on in this game?
Early on, I think ABU's been playing a pretty good game so far, and they're sort of keeping up with the intensity of ACU on the offensive side of the ball, but nothing has really come of it. They just need to force more opportunities, more shots on the basket to get some more points on the board, obviously, and they need to stop committing these fouls, which has given ACU 3 points already.
Daniels to Cameron to Madden from 3. That one does not fall for ACU. Camp going the other way for the Patriots. A lot of transition in these past few minutes. That's going to be a foul on Hunter Jack Madden. Patriots with the inbound. Holst, the junior out of Houston, Texas, to Farrell, freshman out of Sulphur Springs. Jason Murray to Farrell. Down low to Cam. That's a big block by Arion Simmons, going back ACU's way.
As the big man, Arion Simmons, and we saw that a little bit in their last game on Wednesday, and we see it again here. Arion Simmons, we talked about the dominance in the paint, and when a lot of those numbers, they mean more in the game than they do on the stat sheet. Those are momentum builders right there.
And that's a big-time block by the senior, a preseason all-wax selection. Patriots with the inbound. Holst going to pass it in.
And
physicality
is definitely something we talked about. It's definitely going to be something we're going to have to keep our eye on throughout this game. Can ABU keep up with the physicality of ACU and not let that momentum build?
12 on the shot clock, down to 11. 24, Davion Stafford, the senior out of Midlothian, one of the 2 players on this ABU roster that played against ACU in that 2019 loss. Cameron to Pleasant to Daniels, driving down low. Unable to get that one to fall. Simmons with the rebound for ACU to keep the ball alive. Cameron driving out to Madden. To Daniels from the corner 3. Counted. ACU up 8-2.
And that was one of our keys to the game, was you have to get those rebounds. ACU is 3-1 in games where they have a positive rebound differential. Right there, what kept that possession alive was Arion Simmons in the offensive board.
Daniels shooting 44% from the 3-point line this season. Had a couple starts last year. Daniels out to Simmons from 3. Counted for ACU, 11-2 now, 14-20 to play here at Moody Coliseum. A couple of big scores from the Wildcats.
And he's the leader on that team right there, and he proves it. He gets it done on defense, he gets it done on offense, and he gets it done in transition. Big 3 there from Arion Simmons.
6-0 run for ACU in the last 26 seconds. And Jason Murray looking for Cutter Camp, and that's a strong finish from Cutter Camp to cut back into this ACU lead and kind of stifle their run a little bit.
Yep, finally able to finish in the paint. That's big. They're going to have to attack some of those height differentials. You saw Damian Daniels on defense there getting it by him.
Daniels again from 3, unable to get that one to fall. The whistle blown.
Joe Pleasant trying to use his big 6'7" frame in the paint. Get another offensive rebound, keeping those possessions alive as we see even more substitutions. Jason Jackson, Emmanuel Allen in the game.
Strong substitutions for Tanner's squad. As you mentioned earlier, a lot of depth to this ACU team. It's a different team, though. Assists have been the key for ACU in these past couple games. Had about 18 and 19 in the past 2. Jackson from 3. Unable to get that one to fall. It's going to be Patriots ball going back the other way. Another opportunity to cut into this ACU lead.
Yeah, and we've seen about 10 ACU players already. We're only 7 minutes into this contest, and we've seen 10, maybe more ACU players see the court, and we haven't even seen some of the bigger names like Uwat Guy with his 6'11" frame. He's still on the bench, so a lot of options for Brett Tanner, and man, that's got to make your job as head coach real easy when you got that kind of talent.
It sure does. Cutter Camp, Jason Murray out to Holst. Driving against Cameron. AC playing tough defense once again, 15 on the shot clock. Down low to Stafford. And Stafford gets that one to fall. A good look, 11-6 now.
Feeding their big man in the paint, that's where their points have come from so far. They're going to try to keep exploiting that differential there.
Jackson to Allen, down low to Cameron. And gets that one to go in. Cameron's like slow to get up.
Yeah, it took a hit maybe in the eyes area. That's not good, but if there's anyone on that ACU squad that's going to fight through an injury, it's going to be Tobias Cameron. Take a look at the replay here.
Cameron just driving down low.
Yeah, and what's great about that is it looks like he gets hit before the shot, and he's still able to push through it and get the points for his team.
13-6, 13 minutes to play here. Cameron's going to come out.
Cameron Steele and
Steele coming in.
Ali Dibba Cameron Steele's been having a really good past few games, especially from three-point land, shooting I think over 40%, especially in that road trip in Vegas.
He had a solid week, had double figures in all 4 games in Vegas and at NAU in Flagstaff on Sunday, shooting 62% from the field, 57% from deep, had 3 or more threes in all but 1 game of that trip. He's been really dominant for AC recently. We'll see what he can do as he checks into the game.
Yeah, I said more than 40%, but I was still selling him short. 57% from 3. You do not see that often in Division I college basketball.
The junior out of Excelsior, Minnesota. The Patriots take the possession here. 32, Chad Jackson.
Trying for more points in the paint. That time couldn't get the shot to land, and ACU's been on top of these rebounds.
And fast break for ACU. That's going to go with the Patriots. It's going to be a kicked ball, I believe on Steele. 13-6.
I think it was on number 0, Elijah Hill there.
Pardon me, it'll stay with ACU. Elijah Hill, the freshman out of Arlington. Dibba to Jackson from 3. Pump fake. Out to Allen. And he gets that one to fall. A good looking mid jumper.
Emmanuel Allen's one of the leading scorers on this team, and he proves it right there. He's been great from range all season.
He's really aggressive on Wednesday night, getting to the free throw line, able to hit that mid range there. It's going to go with ACU. Good defense by the Wildcats. We're seeing ACU basketball here early. Turnovers and 2 points.
Yeah, and this really looks like one of their prime games from last season. You've obviously mentioned that the sort of chemistry of this team has changed a little bit, but they still live and die by the steal. They still live and die by forcing the turnovers, and that's where some of the best NCAA rankings has been in Abilene.
And Allen gets that one to fall once again.
Emmanuel Allen did his best fullback impression right there. He got 4 points of contact on the ball and drove to the hoop and was able to come down with 2.
His 4th point of the night. Jackson, the other one for the Patriots, played against ACU in 2019. Only a few minutes in that game. Out to Holtz. 13 on the shot clock for the Patriots. Stafford down low against Allen. Driving against him, good strong defense by Allen. Daniels keeps that one alive for ACU.
And that defense in the paint has been so great for ACU all game. Already 3, maybe 4 blocks.
Jackson from 3. Unable to get that one. A good rebound by Steele. Back out to Jackson from Daniels. ACU looking to keep this offensive possession alive. Steele from 3. Rims in and out.
Already an offensive rebound, and they steal it right back.
ACU with 5 turnovers, and Arlington Baptist with their 2nd back and forth game here. Holtz does not get the and one, but he will head to the line. ACU up 17-6, 10:58 to play here in Moody Coliseum in Abilene, Texas. We'll be right back. Good stuff, man.
Yeah, good stuff.
Welcome back, 17-6 ACU lead, 10:58 to play here at Moody Coliseum in Abilene, Texas. Arlington Baptist shooting 27% from the field, ACU shooting 40%. And now we look at the Brett Tanner Show, Tuesdays on ESPN Plus. Get all coverage of all things Abilene Christian men's basketball. It's the Brett Tanner Show presented by ACU TV every Tuesday at 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central on ESPN Plus and the ESPN app.
Chance right here for ABU to get their first points from the free throw line.
Holtz at the line. %63% from the line on the year. And gets both of them to fall. 17-8 now.
And a lot of this is going to come down to, as we take a look at Brett Tanner, a lot of this is going to come down to Brett Tanner's squad and can they keep their legs underneath them, because we've seen so far this is going to be a fast-paced back-and-forth game, and that may be ABU's way into it.
Simmons down low gets that one to fall. ACU extends their run, 19-8.
Getting it done from range, getting it done from the paint. Arion Simmons has really been an asset on all sides of the ball.
Elijah Hill at inside the three-point line, looking down low. Gonna be a kickball on Jay Sean Jackson for ACU.
And we've seen a few kick balls already in this contest, and I think a lot of that is due to how well ACU's defending the passing lanes. They're just getting whatever body part they can in front of the basketball, and a lot of times they're stopping it. Sometimes a foul gets called, sometimes you get a steal, but either way, great effort by ACU.
That's Stafford once again, one of the leading scorers with 13 points per game this season, but ACU forces a turnover once again. Madden to Dibba, looking to get Guy in. Jackson to Madden. Transfer from Otero Junior College. Jackson, a sophomore out of San Antonio. Dibba to Madden, driving down low. Jackson gets the rebound for the Patriots.
Missed shot there, but everyone on the ACU roster got their hands on the ball that possession. They're doing a much better job at ABU ball of sharing the basketball.
Jaden Terrell, freshman out of Corpus Christi. Down low to Jackson. And Jackson for ACU gets it back the other way. 19-8. Pop from the mid-range.
And another offensive rebound to keep a possession alive and put points on the board. It's Ali Dibba.
Now. As we take a look at the history between these two programs, ACU in their 7th match against ABU, all of them at Moody.
Still no room to move right now for ABU on defense. Every ACU player putting their all into it, and there's Uwat Guy. 6'11", and he used every inch of it to get that block right there.
21-8 ACU following that possession. And we throw it down to the third member of our team, Joseph Chapa.
Well, guys, I don't consider myself a history nerd, but the history between the two programs playing here this afternoon is quite remarkable. ABU used to be ABC until 2017, where Arlington Baptist College was the name from 1955 to 2017. For ACU, their name used to be ACC, where Abilene Christian College was a founding name from 1906 to 1976. Now, both schools have developing athletic programs, and ABU just revamped their program back in 2009. Both the Patriots and the Wildcats are doing a solid job keeping their history alive. Gentlemen, back to you.
Thank you, Joseph. A very interesting history between these two teams as we take a look at the replay from Simmons.
Arion Simmons, the big man on defense. He's the leader of this squad, like we mentioned before, and he brings the energy. He brought it right there, obviously. There's going to be a foul committed. They're going to get free throws. But if that doesn't get you psyched up on that ACU bench, I don't know what will.
Chad Jackson at the line. A big-time block by Simmons. Great play by the seniors. Had a really strong start today. Jackson gets that one to fall his first free throw this season.
And if you look at offensively, ABU is having the most success in the paint. And if you're going to make definitive statements like that, which is what Uwat Guy's block was, which is what that Arion Simmons play was, you're really going to shut that down in the minds of the ABU players and coaching staff. And they're going to have to change it up offensively and kind of move away from what really they've only been good at so far offense.
21-10 ACU, 8.5 to go here. Strong start for the Wildcats. Patriots 0 for their last 4. Simmons to Seat from 3. Seat, the freshman out of Edmond, Oklahoma. Back to Jackson. Down low to Steele. Gets that one to fall. 23-10 now.
And another possession where every ACU player got their hands on the ball. That time Cameron Steele, the beneficiary, and another steal for this Wildcat squad.
Another turnover. Daniels driving, gets that one to go. Points off turnovers. That's what ACU basketball has been all about in the past few years, with leading the nation in turnover margin and turnovers forced. Jamar McCray working against Emmanuel Allen. McCray, freshman out of Kaufman, Texas.
ABU trying to get anything going right now on offense, especially when these passing lanes are so tight. Even small mistakes can turn into points for the opponent.
9 on the shot clock. No good for the Patriots going back ACU's way. That's missed by McCray. Daniels driving down low again. Going to be a foul. ACU with a 25-10 lead early here. 7:28 to go in Moody Coliseum.
I always dreamed of doing something that would make a difference, and so getting as much knowledge as possible was important to me. I love the fact that you can dream a new reality and then see it come true with hard work. Today, I know I'm making a difference, and a big part of seeing my dream come true was when I got my master's at ACU.
Get your undergraduate or graduate degree online at Abilene Christian University.
7:28 to go at Moody Coliseum in Abilene, Texas, the newly renovated Moody Coliseum. In the last couple minutes, 0 for 5 from the field for the Patriots, 2 for 11 from the field. No field goals in the last 5:41. What do they need to do to cut into this AC lead?
Yeah, and this is one of our keys to the game. If you'll remember, you have to make the shots that they're going to give you because they're not going to give you a lot. So a lot of these makeable shots, and yes, this is easy to say when you're sitting here on the cozy chair as a broadcaster. It's a different thing when you're on the court. But when you see those shots, you've got to make them.
We take a look at the WAC coaches poll. ACU slotted at 4th in a really difficult Western Athletic Conference. That season coming up very soon. It's a whole new season once you get to conference play.
Yeah, it really is, and this has really been the story of the WAC coaches poll, the WAC standings for the better part of the last 2 years. As Abilene has been vying for a top spot, but you see a lot of those big names, and our old rival in SFA, they just gave it to us in football. We're looking to take the crown, the WAC crown, from them in basketball here this season.
ACU, a program that made it all the way to the WAC tournament championship last year and then fell to the New Mexico State Aggies as the 6th seed. Seat down low for ACU. Does not get that one to go. Rebound by the Patriots. It's number 5, Gage Holtz, our impact player.
And already this fast attacking offense, they get down the court fast and they want to establish something fast, but ACU has just not been allowing them to do so.
Jaden Terrell to McCray, working against Seat, out to Jackson. Jackson gets that one to go, but it's a charge call. Seat taking it for ACU.
That's a great play there defensively. Obviously, you want to take those big blocks, those big shots as we take a look at the replay right here. But these charging calls are just as big as the blocks because they get you the ball back and they get you a chance to get something going on offense.
Big time play by the freshman out of Edmond, Oklahoma. Great story for him. Was 2021 Gatorade Player of the Year in Oklahoma. ACU on the offensive end. Bettyall had 11 points in 9 minutes on Wednesday night. Now to Allen, back to Bettyall. Gets the nice roll and gets that one to go in.
Yeah, Ben, we were talking about the height advantage right there. There's another name that we haven't even mentioned yet, Bettyall. He gets it to go right there, and he's really abusing those extra inches that he has over his opponent. And that's just, story is same across the roster.
27-10 now, ACU, 8-0 run in the last minute. They get a stop on the defensive end, looking to turn it into points on the offensive end. Jackson, no good. Bettyall gets that one to go, continues his run.
Yeah, and this is really a great, one of the better lineups that I think we've seen from this ACU squad is out on the court right now. This is very young. Obviously, you got Damian Daniels and Emmanuel Allen out there, but other than that, you got a freshman, and a sophomore, and they're still able to get production out of them.
48% from the floor for ACU. Seat down low. Count it. 29-10. 31-10 now, ACU. 5:47 to play.
And this has been a great, not really a back and forth, just more so of a back, I guess you could call it. It's really just been ACU as the whistle's blown dead and the play right there.
So we take a look at the replay here from JV Seat.
Yeah, JV Seat, he's obviously, we've mentioned him, Gatorade Player of the Year. Has a great story, and he has a great finish right there. Able to get down with 2 points, and he's going to take a rest on the bench as we see this continuing, this rotation, and I'm wondering how much of this actually may be due to the opponent that they're facing, ABU, maybe Brett Tanner taking some liberties with the roster, seeing really the talent that he has and giving him a chance to see minutes on the court.
Jaden Terrell shooting a free throw. Gets that one to go. That's going to be a personal on Damian Daniels, his 2nd foul tonight.
Colby Tamner's new on the court for the Wildcats.
Gets that one to go again. 31-12 now. 5:40 to go. ACU looking to extend their run. We got their last 3 field goals. Arlington Baptist, no field goals in their last 7-13. ACU shooting 50% from the floor. on the offensive end. Colby Tanner in for ACU, Coach Tanner's son. Dibba to Jackson. 19 on the shot clock. Jackson to Dibba on the perimeter.
That was a
Down to Betty All, great rebound, gets that one to go. Really strong move by the Wildcats.
Great move there, right, by Dibba, and another offensive rebound to keep the possession alive. They've been doing a great job, and another steal. This is what the Wildcats have been riding on the season.
It's a turnover by Dibba, gets that one to fall. ACU with 10 turnovers now against the Patriots. Been really strong tonight on the defensive end and the offensive end.
Yep, they hang their hat on getting steals and the points off of those steals. We saw that right there. And the assists, we've seen great ball movement as well from the Wildcats.
Camp to Jackson. Camp out to Terrell. Terrell to Stafford. No good, gonna go back with the Wildcats.
Colby Tanner looked like he was trying to set up a charge there. He didn't get the call.
Dibba looking for the big time play, unable to get it. Patriots respond well back on the offensive end. 35-12, 4:23 now. Stafford working against Dibba.
Call a foul there on Dibba rather than a jump ball.
I wasn't sure if it was going to be a jump or not. As we see Dibba there.
Yeah, it's a big play there for the Patriots on defense. They've been sorely needing a play like that. Maybe get the momentum changed to their favor, get something going on defense. Maybe they can get something going on offense right now.
Stafford from the line, 60% this season. Senior out of Midlothian, Texas, 6'6", played against ACU in 2019. Gets the nice roll there.
Over half of ABU's points so far has come from the charity stripe.
In the first half so far this season, ACU's outscored their opponents 306 to 267. And a strong start here. Stafford gets that one to go once again, 35-14.
And I think when you compare this performance to ACU's performance on Wednesday against North American, they definitely have come out of the locker room with a lot more presence and a lot more authority.
Dibba to Guy. Easy layup for the Wildcats, using his advantage with his height.
Yep, Ewok Guy making it look easy. This is a guy that's been sort of riding the bench the past few years, but he's really come into his own this season.
JUCO transferred last season, played at the #1 team in the country in South Plains College. Allen gets the rebound for ACU.
Jason Jackson, another guy who's seen his role improve drastically.
Tanner from three, doesn't get that one to go. Had a big one the other night against North American, though, at the end of regulation.
And another steal right there for that Wildcats defense.
Another big-time turnover, looking to get points on the offensive end. Jackson from three. Doesn't get the nice roll there. Guy with the rebound to Dibba.
That's a good move right there by Ali Dibba, able to make his way around big number 24, Stafford. Make that look easy, Ali Dibba.
Dibba, the Chicago State transfer, sophomore, got a lot of length on the perimeter. Pulse, foul called on ACU. 39-14, 3:04 to go here in Moody. 39-14, 3:04 to go here in Abilene, Texas. ACU forcing turnovers early, been a lot of transition points for the Wildcats. Arlington Baptist looking to respond.
Yeah, I mean, they're forcing turnovers like it's going out of style, and they're getting points off of those turnovers too, which is the important thing. And like we mentioned before, that's really what they hang their hat on. They hang their hat on steals, which is, we knew this last season, and they hang their hat, which is new this season, on assists. And we've seen that as well. Ball movement has been crazy efficient on the Wildcat side of the ball. They've gone back and forth, and many of these offensive possessions, every single player on the ACU squad is able to touch the ball.
It's been very strong points off turnovers from the Wildcats today, 14 off of 10 turnovers.
The second of two for the Patriots.
As Holmes makes that one 39-15 now.
Yep, another trip to the free throw line for Arlington Baptist. But in terms of field goals, they're 0 for their last 8. And if you want to go further back, they're 2 for their last 14. So not so far hasn't been the best shooting night for ABU.
And ABU shooting 10 for 10 from the free throw line so far today. Dibba to Daniels, down low to Guy. Guy working against Stafford. Tries the little layup, doesn't get that one to go.
Yeah, but he was able to show a little bit of moves right there, able to even get the ball up. Couldn't get that shot to fall, however.
Holtz driving for the Patriots, back out on the perimeter to Terrell. Terrell against Dibba. 15 on the shot clock, 2:30 to go. ACU playing tenacious defense. Daniels looking for the steal, unable to get it. Stafford. And ACU gets the rebound. Joe Pleasant.
And this was one of our keys to the games, and it's certainly held true, but ACU does very good when out-rebounding their opponent. They've done that.
Strong move by Seat down low. He traveled with it, going to be Patriots ball.
We're going to call it, travel right there on JB's Seat. But a lot of potential right now on this court, and I think that's why we're seeing a lot of these younger guys playing right now. Obviously, when you have built up more than a 20-point lead, you've kind of afforded yourself that opportunity. But we're seeing a lot of this young talent that Brett Tanner has at his disposal. And a lot of this is promising. If you're a diehard Wildcat fan, look forward to the future.
Absolutely. 39-16 ACU, minute 45 to go. Shot 49% from the floor. Arlington Baptist looking for a bucket here. That's going to be a shot clock violation. Going to be ACU ball. Strong defense again by the Wildcats.
We're going to take a look at this replay right here. Amazing ACU defense, able to just shut it down. That's the fourth shot clock violation on ABU's side of the ball, and you really don't see that often. Obviously, when you talk about turnovers, you imagine the more flashy ones, but ACU's done a really good job of just not letting shots get off.
ACU gotten 28 points in the paint, 23 from their bench today. Another travel called on ACU. Arlington Baptist looking to cut back into the lead.
Yeah, a few more of these mental errors we're kind of seeing. It's important. This is going to be a conversation going into the second half to keep your foot on the gas. You can't get complacent even in the game where you're up by this much. Those turnovers have a way of creeping back in.
ACU shooting 2 for 12 from the three-point line. It's a whistle blown. Going to be on number 2, Jay Sean Jackson. Excuse me, you got Guy. Team foul number 10.
And again, Patriots are making another trip to the free throw line. This is where they've thrived offensively this half.
Terrell from the line. Doesn't get that one to fall. The first miss of the night from the line. For the Patriots, Colby Tanner checks into the game for ACU.
And I think we're at the point in the game where we've been introduced to everyone on the Wildcats roster so far because they've made their fair share of minutes on the court. Colby Tanner, his second time in the game.
1 minute to go here in the first half. Daniels finds Pleasant. Nice layup there, 41-17.
Joe Pleasant just wide open, found a gap in the coverage, and man, it's hard to lose a guy like Pleasant, but ABU did, and they pay for it, 2 points.
ACU were up 41-19 at the end of that first half on Wednesday night. 35 to go, 14 on the shot clock. Camp to Murray to Stafford. Blocked by Pleasant.
Block. That's big.
Another
there.
shot clock violation.
It was big there from, I think he got obviously the first block, but then the second shot goes up, gets the offensive rebound, resets it. But still great defensive effort there by Joe Pleasant.
The shot clock might have been a little off there. 5 to go. Pleasant down low, doesn't get that one to go, whistle blown. Foul on the Patriots.
Called on the Patriots, number 22.
Number 22.
With 1 second left in the half, we were talking about making sure that
24.
ACU keeps their legs under them. So far, it looks like they have. They've been able to keep up with ABU, and maybe that was one of the ways that ABU was going to try to work their way back into this game, was simply by running with them, hustling with them. ACU's done a good job of responding to that, both offensively and defensively.
Joe Pleasant shooting 41% from the free throw line on the year, 5 for 12. ACU shooting 4 for 5 from the free throw line today, 42-19. Does not get that one to go, and that's going to end it here in the first half. 42-19 ACU at the end of one against Arlington Baptist.
ACU 42, Arlington Baptist 19.
Time now for our first half stats, brought to you by First Bank Texas, building strong homes, business, and friendships since 1880. As we take a look at our stats, Arlington Baptist 4 for 20 from the field, 0 for 3 from the three-point line, 11-12 from the free throw line, 14 rebounds, 11 turnovers, as you see ACU stats there.
Yeah, and a lot of this is going to get tied back into our keys of the game, and I think that these stats make that evident, is you have to make the shots that they are giving you, and so far, simply put, ABU has not. We kind of expected that their shot count would be low because of this ACU defense, but that 4 for 20 is really just unacceptable. However, where they have been getting it done is from the charity stripe. As you see there, only 11 for 12.
ACU shooting 50% from the floor today, and a really strong performance. As we welcome you courtside once again, Connor Mullins alongside Cohen Carpenter. Cohen, you're a football player. You're an athlete for Coach Patterson's program. You've seen the first half and the second half. What kind of adjustments do you need to make in a game like this?
Yeah, for sure. When you're in that locker room, you can never get down and out. You always have to keep that mentality that you came into the game with, and they're basketball players just like you. You've got to remember that. You're never really out of a game, and that's what ABU has to be thinking about right now.
Absolutely. ACU up 42-19 at the end of one. ACU up 42-19 at the end of one here at halftime in Moody Coliseum in Abilene, Texas. For more on the head coach of the Arlington Baptist head coach, I throw it down to the third member of our team, Joseph Chopper.
Well, guys, what a luxury it is for the players for Arlington Baptist to have a head coach like Bubba Jennings with excellent playing experience. Jennings, who took over the program in May of 2021, brings his player expertise from Texas Tech University, where Red Raider fans regard him as one of the greats. Now I think it's safe to say that ABU has a good teacher on their sidelines. Cohen and Connor, back to you.
Thank you, Joseph. Bubba Jennings, the head coach of the Patriots, the basketball coach, as well as the golf coach. In May of 21, got the first Southwest Regional Championship in 2014 last year. Okay, if you're Coach Jennings, what do you got to do in this half to cut into this ACU lead? Cohen?
Yeah, I mean, isn't it great, though, that he's the men's basketball coach and he's the golf coach? He's really playing with two faces right there. But if you're Bubba Jennings, you've definitely got to, like we said in the halftime show, you've got to make sure that when your players – you are not down and out, and you've got to think about the present and think about the second half. Don't get your mind elsewhere.
ACU up 42-19 at the end of one. 1 minute to go. They shot 50% in that first half, 18 of 36 from the line, 23 bench points. Really strong showing in that first half.
Yeah, very strong showing for ACU. Obviously, we've talked about this before, and the analogy kind of still stands when you're talking about baseball and basketball, how you go into a game with a starter and then you go with your bullpen. ACU's really pitching a bullpen game here, and we've seen a lot of production from that bench. As you mentioned, a lot of those points coming from the bench, and a lot of these points coming from these young players too, which I also believe is important for Brett Tanner to get some experience under these guys, these redshirt freshmen, these sophomores, to get some minutes underneath their belt of college basketball moving forward into the season.
ACU shooting well in the paint, 30 points in the paint, 2 for 12 from the three-point line. Arlington Baptist 4 for 20, 0 for 3, but a lot of their production coming from the free throw line and being aggressive. As we are just about ready to get underway in this second half, it's a pleasure to be with you. Connor Mullins, Cohen Carpenter, the whole ACU TV crew. We hope you are enjoying your Saturday afternoon of college hoops. Hayden Farrell starts it off for the Patriots, going up against Hunter Jack Madden of the Wildcats. Walker out to Farrell, to Camp.
Looking to move the ball around a bit more for this ABU offense.
Shot clock down to 10. Holst, mid-range jumper, no good. Cameron with the rebound.
Tobias Cameron, we saw him in the starting lineup, but he got subbed out pretty quick. He's had his legs under him for the most part this entire game, just because we've mentioned this before, and we'll keep mentioning that depth on the ACU bench.
ACU looking for their first points of the half. Madden to Cameron. Cameron to Daniels. 10 on the shot clock. Daniels out to Madden. 2 on the shot clock. Gets it away. It's going to be a shot clock violation. Patriots going back the other way. A strong start to the half.
A strong start to the half, and we kind of saw this in the first half a little bit too as we take a look at this replay, how ACU was able, or ABU rather, was able to get off to a relatively hot start. They were able to keep that ACU offense in check. Now it's just a matter of maintaining that speed and keeping up with the ferocity of ACU.
ABU giving ACU a little bit of revenge with that shot clock violation there as ACU forces a turnover. Going to be ACU ball.
Yeah, no, and we've seen that shot clock violation really be a problem for the Arlington Baptist and the Patriots, but ACU, their first time having a little trouble in the passing lanes and not able to get the open shots that they were looking for.
Daniels got 5 points tonight. Out to Allen from 3.
And Allen is a threat from all over the court, isn't he? That's from the top of the three-point line right there, and that's one of the reasons why he's leading this team in scoring.
A big-time shot by the redshirt senior. Daniels with the steal for ACU. Oh, what a play by ACU! 47-19, 18 to play.
When did the Harlem Globetrotters come onto the court? Goodness gracious, Damian Daniels, he was setting that up from a mile away too. You saw him looking back for Tobias Cameron, and man, did they finish.
Strong finish by the Wildcats. Daniels to Cameron. Out to Allen from 3. ACU extends their run. 50-19.
Man, sometimes it seems, and this is with ACU right now, you just walk on the court and everything you are doing works. Other than the shot clock violation, they have been on point to open this second half.
Patriots struggling on the offensive right now. ACU capitalizing 50-19 here with 17:50 to go in Moody Coliseum in Abilene, Texas. 19 lead here at Moody Coliseum. 8-0 run by ACU to start this half, and they've come out with some flair.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about how being up by 30 points allows you to put in the bench players, allows you to see what you got on the bench. It also allows you to have some fun. And there's some fun right there. You can't believe that they are all extremely excited on that ACU bench. You can see it in that play right there, Damian Daniels to Tobias Cameron.
The 2 winningest players in the ACU Division I era, as Joseph Chapa mentioned earlier, our sideline reporter. A big-time play as the Patriots look to respond. Patriots from 3, no good. Holst with the rebound, going up against Pleasant. That's going to be a foul on Damian Daniels.
And that's very hopeful if you're an ABU fan watching this game. This is really the first time that we've seen a Patriot come into the paint and really contest that offensive rebound and keep a possession alive. That's great. That's great right there, especially after the huge momentum play, the huge emphasis, the flair play on the ACU side of the ball.
Farrell off the inbound. Illegal screen.
Offensive foul called on the Patriots on number 33.
Looks like it will be ACU ball.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to take their turnovers however they can get them. Obviously, we mentioned this before, but getting those flashy steals, that's one thing. But also being technical enough to take those fouls. But that goes both ways.
And a couple of turnovers on these back-to-back possessions. Coach Tanner really emphasizes those first 4 minutes of this second half and winning them, because his team in Vegas, when they dropped those 3 games, he said his team just did not come out strong after the break.
And those games in Vegas, they were all winnable games, but you ended up losing all of them by double digits.
Away.
Yeah, and that's because I think they didn't come out of the second half very strong.
So looking to capitalize on defense here. Forcing 14 turnovers so far today against the Patriots.
Wow.
And Allen with the steal, make it turnover 15 for ACU.
Game of hot potato. Emmanuel Allen came away with it.
Pleasant on the perimeter, Allen on the perimeter as well. Cameron poked away by the Patriots, going to go with the Patriots. It's number 10, Jamar McRae,
and
getting that turnover.
We've seen Jamar McRae, and we've seen a lot of these Patriot defenders. Maurice Walker has been in on a few of them, but they're making good plays on the ball. We're going to see it here looking at these replays. They're making great plays on the ball, as you can see right there, swatting it away from Tobias Cameron and giving themselves chances. Maybe a bit too late, but definitely stuff to build on for that ABU offense, that ABU defense.
You know, Coach Tanner probably will not be happy about that one from his graduate in Cameron.
But then just on the other side of the ball, they can go and turn it over just as easily.
It's been a back and forth game, 50-19. Madden from the perimeter.
It's going to be another travel.
Another travel on the Wildcats. A lot of turnovers to start this half.
Yeah, and I think ACU, correct me if I'm wrong, I think they've collected a few travels here too, and that's, you know, a little more indicative of the sort of sloppy play that Brett Tanner wants to avoid, especially coming out of the second half, first half, starting games and, you know, finishing them.
In that game against A&M Commerce on November 28th, Arlington Baptist had 20 turnovers and had 32 points by the Lions over the Patriots. ACU got 19 points off turnovers tonight on 16 turnovers. Stafford unable to get that one to fall. Simmons with the rebound. 50-19, 15-40 to go here.
Still nothing going for that ABU offense in terms of field goal shooting.
Stafford 2 for 9 today. Pleasant down low gets that one.
Joe Pleasant dominating the paint. Obviously, we've seen that in this game. That's where this ACU offense arguably has been the most stout.
34 of their 52 coming from the paint today.
Joe Pleasant there on defense, getting that rebound.
Dibba driving.
And there's that paint point again. Ali Dibba using a bit more finesse than Joe Pleasant, but gets it in the hoop all the same.
8 points tonight for him, and that's a 3 from Hulse. Our impact player, 54-22 now. Patriots showing some fire.
Yep, Gage Hulse, the junior out of Houston Texans. He's definitely the leader scoring and maybe in the locker room on that ABU team.
Dibba to Pleasant, out to Jackson on the perimeter, and down back low to Dibba.
And that was a
blown.
Great pass there by Jay-Sean Jackson, the sophomore.
54-22 lead here for the Wildcats. A 12-3 start to the half for Coach Tanner's squad. Welcome back to Moody Coliseum in Abilene, Texas. 54-22 lead for the Wildcats over the Patriots. Joe Pleasant, the senior transfer, got his second start today, and for more on that, I throw it to the third member of our team, Joseph Chapa.
Well, Connor, there's something different about Coach Brett Tanner's starting 5 today. It is number 32, and no, not Shaquille O'Neal, but someone who has that special kind of status in the ACU community, and that is ACU big man Joe Pleasant. Pleasant, who has been battling injuries both disclosed and undisclosed, is advancing in his process to get back into rhythm with the Wildcat Ball Club. Guys, back to you.
And thank you, Joseph. A really great story for Pleasant as he hit the free throws against the University of Texas in that first round of the NCAA tournament in 2021. Spent last year at Wichita State, now back at ACU for his final season. ACU up 56-22.
I mean, it's so great to have Joe Pleasant back because he was as leader on the court as much as he was in that locker room. And you talk about grit, and he sort of embodies that. Obviously, Joseph mentioned his off-the-field injuries, is what he's had to battle to get back to the court, and he's taken good minutes here today, and he's looking to take even more as the season goes on.
Definitely done so this season as Hulse heads to the line. And the Patriots shooting well from the charity stripe today.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's about all they've been able to manage to do on offense. But, again, that kind of goes back to our keys of the game, taking what you give you, and you give them trips to the charity stripe, and they're making the most of that. However, field goals is where they are lacking quite a bit.
13 of 14 from the line today, 93%. It's one of the positives for Coach Jennings' team today. Been aggressive on the offensive end as ACU looks to maybe maintain that aggressiveness and maintain that composure as Steele hits that three. 59-24, continuing his hot shooting.
Yeah, and he's been shooting great all season. He demonstrates it there, up near 60%, which is crazy to say from three-point land. Continues to bring that average up.
Steele, the junior from Minnesota.
It's going to be a turnover. Looked like number 10, Jamar McCray, threw it out of bounds.
McCray trying to move the ball and thread the needle. Unable to do so, and that's going to be the 17th turnover of the day for the Patriots.
And a lot of that's on the ACU defense, making those hard passes. Some of them, usually when they routine, you make them hard. There's going to be a play there at the bottom of the net.
There's going to be a foul called here, down low.
Yeah, Cameron Steele looking to go up with it. We mentioned that he can shoot the three, but he's also got a big frame, as you can see. Trying to get points there in the paint.
Personal foul on Walker, that's his fourth. 2 free throws for Steele as he gets the first one. Shooting 66% from the free throw line this season, 10 for 15. ACU as a whole shooting 68%. All their opponents shooting 75%. Steele hits the next one, 61-24, 13:55 to play. Patriots back on the offensive end. Terrell to Holz. Holz unable to get that one. Steele with the rebound for the Wildcats.
And I think you're finally looking at it, and they're shutting down the passing lane so well that they're just going to start taking shots that they can get. Maybe look for them to lob up a few threes here in the waning minutes of this contest.
And Holz gets that one to go. A transition bucket for the Patriots, looking like ACU out there.
Gage Holz right now,
61-26.
11 points, leading the team in scoring. Really the only bright spot personally for the ABU offense.
At 16 against A&M Commerce. As that one rolls for Arion, 63-26. Senior out of Little Rock.
There's the importance of the rebounds, keeping that possession alive. It leads to points, and there's Arion back on the defensive end, getting a hand on Holz there.
The foul call on the Wildcats on Arion
Simmons been one of the main producers for ACU. A lot expected of him this season. It's an all-second team pick in the Western Athletic Conference last year as we take a look at the replay.
Looks like it just got contact on him right there. Just couldn't control his momentum, and
It's his second foul of the game today.
ends up bumping into Holz right there, and that big frame, that big frame will send you away, is Holz.
Patriots shooting 21% from the floor today, 16% from 3. Been aggressive getting to the line. That's McCray. Doesn't get the roll.
And a lot of these shots that ABU have been putting up today, it seems like the ball just isn't agreeing with them because a lot of these shots maybe look good in the looks that they're getting, maybe look good in the follow-through, but just wasn't able to get it there.
That's Steele's second foul today.
At the line shooting 2 for the Patriots, number 10, Jamar
McCray heads to the line, freshman from Kaufman, Texas. Shooting 40% from the field this year. These are his first free throw attempts this season as he misses that first one. Substitutions incoming for the Wildcats. Madden back in for Jackson.
Jack Madden.
Tanner talking to Coach Bostic right now. McCray's still on the line. ACU up 63-27, 12:50 to go here. Madden looking to get ACU going on the offensive end. 21-8 lead in this second half for ACU.
Jack Madden directing traffic here.
Colby Tanner on the perimeter, down low to JVC. Tanner from 3. Simmons gets a rebound down low, gets that layup to go.
And
Strong second chance point.
This ACU offense, we've seen a lot of this, but the 3 ball hasn't really been falling today as much as they want it to, but it's so multifaceted that they've been able to make up for those missed points from the 3-point line in the paint.
ACU shooting 29% from the 3-point line, 55% from the field as Jackson responds for the Patriots, 65-29.
And if you're Brett Tanner here, you're just looking to keep your foot on the gas. If they score, you score. Just keep this deficit as large as it is right now.
I know Coach Tanner loves seeing his son on the floor as the Patriots force a turnover. Terrell driving. And they get that one to go. Going to be a timeout by Coach Tanner. 65-31 here with 11:46 to go in Abilene, Texas. We'll be right back after the break.
I always dreamed of doing something that would make a difference, and so getting as much knowledge as possible was important to me. I love the fact that you can dream a new reality and then see it come true with hard work. Today, I know I'm making a difference, and a big part of seeing my dream come true was when I got my master's at ACU.
Get your undergraduate or graduate degree online at Abilene Christian University.
As a single mom and a full-time nursing assistant, I knew going back to school could be a challenge. But ACU made online school easy for me. From the start, I felt safe, supported, and even comforted by the faculty. With their encouragement and help, I'm getting my degree in healthcare administration and showing my girls they can overcome any obstacle and dare to achieve their dreams, just like their mom.
Pursue your undergraduate or graduate degree online at Abilene.
65-31 lead for the Wildcats here in Abilene, Texas at the newly renovated Moody Coliseum. 11:46 to go in this half. ACU winning it 23-12. 8 of their last 10. Arlington Baptist, 3 for their last 3. Showing some life on these last few possessions.
Yeah, maybe showing some signs of life, and they're showing some signs, more importantly, of improvement. And this is going to be good for ABU moving on for the rest of the season to show that they're down and they're out, but they're still able to score. ACU side of the ball, obviously 8 for their last 10. It just seems that everything they're throwing up is going to fall here recently, and they've definitely had the momentum ever since the first half.
Absolutely. Madden 0 for 3 from the floor tonight, leading the way at the point guard position. Down low to Guy. To Simmons. Pump fake gets that one to go. A nice move by the senior.
Yep, good move right there. Good pump fake, as you mentioned, by Arion Simmons.
McCray, another turnover for the Wildcats. Looking to get more points off turnovers.
Yeah, because they already have their fair share of those, but ABU throwing their hat in the ring.
They absolutely are getting turnovers of their own.
That's going to out of bounds.
It's going to go ACU's way.
And re-entering for ACU, Jason.
67-31, 11:09 to go.
And usually this is the point in the game where you would say, if you're the ACU head coach, that you could start putting in some of your young talent, but they've really already been doing that the entire game, even when this game was still really more of a contest, which is so great if you're Brett Tanner. The options that you have available and the young options that you have available, certainly good for this season, even better for the future.
Jackson trying to move it down low to Guy. Going to be an inbound for ACU, poked away by the Patriots. Tanner on the inbound. It's going to be another turnover for ACU. Patriots going back the other way as they are unable to get the point off the turnover. And a double dribble called on number 32, Chad Jackson. Some transition, just unable to convert.
And that's really what has been plaguing them all game and really all season, has been those transition points, and they're not able to capitalize off the turnover. Really got served on a silver platter right there, had nobody in front of them, but still wasn't able to come down with points and double dribble, turn the ball over back to ACU.
12 turnovers now for ACU. Seat driving, gets that one to go. Strong move by the freshman. Gotta like to see it if you're Coach Tanner.
Yeah, he's a threat from downtown as much as he is from the paint. He went up to shoot right there from 3 and was able to drive down to the paint and still get the points to fall.
Good move by Seat. It's his 4th point tonight, 2 for 4 from the floor. Jackson down low to Stafford. And he gets that layup to go in. He's now 3 for 11 tonight. He got 8 points.
Getting that best you out guy is a feat in its own.
Jackson to Simmons. Out to Tanner from 3. No good. Patriots ball back the other way. Hulse with 11 tonight.
And Coach Tanner just wants one of his son's threes to fall right here. He's already lobbed up a few. None of them have come home.
Stafford once again on the next offensive possession gets 10 points now. 4 for 12 from the floor.
I think if you're just looking to accomplish things here, you need to keep feeding Colby. Get him a 3 here.
27-14 win in this second half for ACU. Strong move by Jackson, the sophomore.
And how about the speed right there by Jayshon Jackson, able to get by the defense and come around under the hoop, and was able to work his way back for the paint points, almost making it look easy.
And good ball movement by the Wildcats as well. 17 assists tonight, continuing their strong ball movement. So jump ball going to be called.
Possession arrow favors ACU.
And it favors ACU. Possession ACU as rotations are being made now. Steele, Bettiol, Daniels, Cameron coming back in. Some of the key starters for ACU.
Yeah. And that was Jay-Sean Jackson right there with the jump ball, able to be athletic. The one guy from that sub that stayed on the court. Be athletic on the defensive end, maintain possession of it.
Cameron to Bettiol. Good move, gets a second chance, rebound, and puts that one up. 73-35, 8:41 to go.
Gets himself an offensive rebound and 2 points.
Tanner said he wants to get him some more minutes, started some games in preseason. Had a breakout game on Wednesday night with 11 points. Got 8 points tonight in 3 minutes. It's been efficient. As Patriots move the ball to Stafford once again. Stafford working, and it's going to be AC ball with the turnover.
There's Tobias Cameron, and he's got energy. He's electric.
Jackson moving the ball to Daniels. Along the baseline to Steele on the perimeter. Steele no good. Bettiol with the rebound.
That was a good play there by number 24, Stafford, able to get his hands up, contest Bettiol's shot.
As Holst will head to the line once again. Risky foul by Daniels.
Yep. Holst looked like he was playing for the foul right there and was able to get it. Good move by Holst.
73-35, 7:56 to go. ACU with the lead.
That's his 4th of the game.
73-35, 7:56 to go. ACU leading in this second half, 31-16. As we take a look at the upcoming schedule for Arlington Baptist, go on the road to Southeastern Oklahoma State on December 6th, on the road to St. Mary's, an exhibition game at Sam Houston, a WAC foe for ACU, and at home against the University of Dallas on January 10th.
Yeah, and again, you got to keep in mind with their schedule, with the NCCAA schedule, a lot of those games are exhibition matches, and they won't relatively exactly show up in their record, as we've discussed earlier in this game.
Still strong competition for the Patriots as Holst heads to the line, 6 for 6 so far today. Gets that one to go, 7-7 now from the line.
Yeah, it was a good move by Holst as before we went into break to get to the foul line in the first place. He is able to capitalize, get 2 points.
He had 2 for 2 from the free throw line against A&M Commerce on November 28th. 73-37 now. Daniels to Jackson. Back to Daniels. Cameron on the perimeter. Down low to Bettiol. Back out to Jackson. Strong ball move by the Wildcats. Jackson can't convert on that one. Daniels to Steele. Gets that one to go. 76-37 now. 7.5 to go.
And you knew after he missed his last 3 that the next one had to go in, right? If he's shooting 50% on the season, he makes one, he misses one. He made one right there.
3 for 5 from the floor, 2 for 4 from the three-point line tonight. Terrell gets that one to go. A strong response by the Patriots.
Yeah, they have been responding, as you said, pretty strongly to a lot of these ACU possessions, which is good. It's good to know that even when they're down by such a great margin that they haven't necessarily given up on the offensive side of the ball.
ACU got an 18 assists so far today. Patriots with 7 assists. Jackson to Daniels. Going to be a turnover on ACU as we take a look at ACU's upcoming schedule following today's game at Kansas State on Tuesday. A Wildcats and Wildcats affair at A&M Commerce on December 10th. Familiar opponent in Arlington Baptist. CSU Bakersfield, a rematch after last year, and finish off with Howard Payne on December 21st.
Yeah, no, it's definitely going to be a tough schedule, and it's a really good schedule going into conference as those games are going to start beginning here in the next month or so. And yeah, Kansas State, that's going to be a challenge at Kansas State. Just won the Big 12 championship against TCU today.
Going to be a good game on Tuesday night. Terrell driving. Wildcats with the rebound. It's going to be a foul.
Damian Daniels maybe took a shot to the face right there.
So we take a look at the replay.
Yeah, as you see him working around, contesting that shot, able to get the rebound, but
scratched his eye maybe?
Something like
feel
that.
good. He subs out for Jackson.
That's his first of the game, team foul number 4.
if that's it for Daniels on the day, still a very good day, very efficient day. Was able to move the ball around a lot.
Madden to Jackson to Steele. Back to Madden to Dibba on the perimeter. Jackson from 3. Pump fake. Out to Madden. Loses it. Whistle blown, gonna go with the Patriots.
Looks like a traveling call right there.
It's the 4th turnover of the day for Madden in 13 minutes.
A lot of travel calls too for this ACU offense. Jack Madden maybe just fumbling the ball a bit there in transition, wasn't able to hold on to it as well as he wanted to, and it goes the other way.
And we have a
Whistle blown, timeout called, 76-39 ACU over the Patriots. For the Patriots, they got it. What do they need to do to respond here in these last 5 minutes?
Yeah, I think at this point, obviously, you're going to be down almost by 40 points with 5 minutes left to go in the game. So you never want to do this, but you can basically chalk this one as a loss. But there's still a lot of things that you can take from this game going forward into the season. They haven't really given up, as we mentioned before, on offense and defense. They've still been potent scoring. In fact, I think they've been more potent scoring the more they've been down as the game has gone on. You can take a lot of those lessons, but I think the big thing that they're going to have to focus on is keeping the ball protected, because that's where a lot of these ACU points have come from. Obviously, ACU excels at this, but it's still an issue for that ABU offense. Keeping the ball protected, the points off turnovers have really killed them here tonight.
Timeout called by ABU. Stafford and Holst leading the way, combining for 23 of their 39 today. ACU have 4 in double figures, had 5 on Wednesday night, 6 in double figures on Sunday. Some really efficient offense in these past few games.
Yeah, and this is really ACU, sort of an uncharacteristic offensive game for them. We're used to seeing a lot of the 3-ball from ACU. They're still shooting 29%, which is nothing to scoff at, but 55% from the field, and a lot of that has come from points in the paint, and they've been by far and away the more physical, dominant team when it comes to paint points.
And they have the #1 scoring offense in the WAC last season, and have at a scoring margin of 8.5. 75-67 against their opponents this year. 76-39, 5:40 to go. Patriots with the ball after the timeout. Holst moving down low, whistle blown. Be on Jay-Sean Jackson. Scoring drop for ACU in the last couple minutes. Possession arrow now goes back to Arlington Baptist.
ACU obviously probably trying to play a more defensive-minded ball game, as we see another steal right there, that time of Cameron's steal. Maybe looking to wind down the clock here with 5:20 left in this contest.
ACU looking to close this one out. Seat on the perimeter. Works it down low to Guy. Guy misses that one. Patriots moving the ball very quickly. That's going to be another turnover. Holst really trying his best to get it to his guy in camp. Unable to do so there.
Yeah, and that's really just been indicative of the entire game so far for ABU. They've made a lot of those sort of silly mistakes that you would go back and obviously do things differently, and not just talking about balls bouncing off your hands and going out of bounds, but the turnovers, the fouls as well, and a lot of the cleaning up that they need to do on offense.
5 minutes to go. Patriots already have more points this half than they did in the last half. 34-20 ACU lead in this second half. Jackson to Steele. Seat from 3. They're waving it off. Going to be Patriots ball.
And it's going to be an offensive foul. Looks like Uwat Guy.
That's his second of the game.
It's his second of the game.
But the Patriots in the bonus for their
A break for the Patriots there.
Yeah, that was a good shot there by JV Seat again. Another one of those Wildcats that inexplicably was left wide open on the wing.
A highly touted recruit out of high school, Edmond Memorial in Edmond, Oklahoma. 4:30 to go, 76-39. Shot clock down to 10 for the Patriots. Holst from 3, blocked by Steele. Jackson keeps it alive. Steele going back the other way.
Yeah, we've talked about Steele's offensive efforts, but he gets it done on defense too.
Strong ball movement by the Wildcats once again. Steele works it, 18 on the shot clock. Jackson slowing the game down.
Just over 4 minutes left now.
Trying to reset their offense. It's had 18 assists today. Seat from 3. Unable to convert on that second chance from 3. Shot clock back to 20 for ACU. Rebound by Seat. Steele to Dibba. Big time dunk, 78-39.
Big time dunk and a big time assist right there from Cameron Steele. We saw his contributions on defense, see it there on offense. Great ball movement that entire possession from the Wildcats, and a great finish.
Strong finish for ACU. Scoring drought for the Patriots in the last 3 minutes. Holst driving down to Stafford. Back to Bailey, and a big time block. ACU doing it on both ends.
Yeah, and it's really been domination. We mentioned this going into the game, and we've seen it continue.
78-39, ACU, 3:18 to go here in Moody. Here, what did these two teams need to do to close out today?
Yeah, and I think you can talk about, when you're talking about ACU side of the ball, you can really mention last game on Wednesday, what they were able to do, really keeping your pedal on the metal, and they've done a good job of that so far, obviously maintaining this close to 40-point lead. And if you're ABU, we talked about this before, but just take the lessons that you learned from this game and apply it to the rest of the season.
Just over 3 minutes to go here. Bettiol gets the rebound, second chance point. Double digits for the redshirt freshman today.
And they've done a really good job of dominating the paint, not only in scoring, but also getting rebounds, keeping possessions alive.
That's a nice 3 by Terrell to respond. 80-42, 2:40 to go. Jackson on the perimeter to Seat, pump fake, mid-range jumper. Steele with the rebound. Jackson to Tanner. Tanner down low to Bettiol. Seat from 3. He got it! 83-42.
And I think when we talk about lessons that ABU has to learn from this game, a lot of them is going to be keeping track of where the shooters are. JV Seat has had a lot of open looks in this contest. Sometimes the whistles have been blown before the shot was able to go off, but JV Seat definitely making his money's worth here in this one.
Be a foul called on number 10, McCray. Gonna go ACU's way. Possession arrow now ABU. 1:53 to go. 83-42, Steele with the inbound to Jackson. It's McCray's first foul today. Jackson on the perimeter to Seat. Had 7 points so far today. Jackson to Steele, and a nice lob for the layup. 85-42.
We were talking about how the Wildcats have been dominating the paint. They can do it with their presence, and they can do it with passing as well. We've seen that a lot of these guys have been able to get open because these passing lanes have been so wide for the Wildcats. Haven't been really well contested by ABU's defense at all.
1:19 to go. ACU with the big lead, 85-42. McCray on the perimeter driving. Back out to Hill. Shot clock goes off. ACU with the rebound. Seat going back the other way.
JV Seat getting a lot of looks now with the clock winding down. He's making the most of his time on the court.
Seat from 3, and he got it once again. 10 points now for the freshman.
He was Gatorade Player of the Year coming out of high school, and he may get Player of the Game here because he is getting a lot of good looks. JV Seat is good shots, a lot of rebounds on defense, and he just seems to be unaccounted for by that UBA defense.
88-42, 34.2 to go here. Seats had a big performance today with double digits.
A great performance, especially considering that he's not one of the starters. Again, a testament to the depth of that ACU bench, the options that Brett Tanner has at his disposal.
ACU on an 8-0 run, 3 for their last 3. Arlington Baptist 1 for their last 8. Tanner on the perimeter, back to Seat, back to Tanner from 3. Oh, unable to convert there. Bailey with the rebound for the Patriots. 10 seconds to go. And that's going to do it. 88-42 ACU win over the Patriots here today. A really strong win for the Wildcats.
Yeah, really great win for the Wildcats, and this is one of those wins that demonstrates one of the Wildcats' strengths. We mentioned the steals, we mentioned the assists, and they had both of those in droves. Also, ACU's depth, it was incredible. The first 3 minutes of this game, almost all of the starters were out, and the bench was completely in. Great contribution from the bench today. A lot of those points came from the bench, and a lot of hope for those young guys, a lot of talent there at Brett Tanner's disposal.
25 points off of 22 turnovers. 59 bench points for ACU, 54 points in the paint, 22 assists, an all-around performance for the Wildcats. Arlington Baptist, however, looking to bounce back after this game.
Yeah, UBA is still searching for that first win. They're going to go in, play more of these conference games, have more of these chances in NCAA and that Division II.
Arlington Baptist still looking for their first win of the year. Still a strong showing today. As we are about to talk to our player of the game, Arion Simmons.
Don't forget to head on down to the court with a meet and greet with the team.
88-42 win for the Wildcats today, and we welcome you courtside Connor Mullins alongside Arion Simmons. Arion, you had 11 points today, 5 for 6 from the floor. What was working for you today on the offensive and defensive end?
Just being aggressive, going to the offensive rebounds, getting easy points. Just playing ACU basketball.
You talk about playing ACU basketball, you get points off turnovers, 25 points off of 22 turnovers. Talk about your defensive intensity today.
Oh yeah, we just getting back to the little things as Coach T said, and through our practices, and so we just been doing that all week. So been playing ACU basketball.
And you got Kansas State on Tuesday night, a Wildcat versus Wildcat affair. What are you going to have to do to continue this winning streak?
Like Coach T said, just play our game, just do us, and if we do that, we'll like the outcome of it.
Well, we thank you, Arion, for your player of the game. 11 points tonight for the senior, 5 for 6. We thank you, Arion.
Yep.
And this has been a presentation of the Western Athletic Conference on ESPN. All games airing on the ESPN networks are streaming live and archived on the ESPN app. Saying so long, farewell from the ACU TV crew, Connor Mullins, Cohen Carpenter. We thank you for joining us today.